Welcome back to Sparkle and Shine, your go-to podcast for expert tips and tricks from JP Carpet Cleaning Expert Floor Care. I'm your host, Layla, and today I want to talk about something that's important to understand and have the information about, even if you haven't dealt with this situation yet. Specifically, I'm talking about water damage. Usually, water damage occurs at home because of flooding from like a natural disaster or a leaky roof, or leakages in appliances due to a lack of maintenance, plumbing issues, whatever you name it. There's dozens of reasons that water can damage your home. It can even be a leaky pipe behind your shower wall. And when facing water damage in your home, you really need to act quickly. As soon as you notice it's happening, you need to be able to manage it. And looking for a professional water damage restoration service and coordinating with an insurance company are just two of the things that you need to be managing. You got to remember, you've also got to document and take pictures every step of the way, which can become daunting if you don't take the right photos that the insurance wants to see. And if you do any of these tasks out of order, you can end up risking any of that repair return that you might get from your insurance to help you manage those repairs. So I've compiled a list of common questions that might be helpful for you if you're looking for those answers, or if you just want to make sure that you know what to do in the event that this kind of thing happens. I want to make sure you have that information. And as always, if you need expert advice or you need someone just to talk to help you work through this situation, please reach out to JP Carpet Cleaning Expert Floor Care. Both Peter and Jackie, the husband and wife team, are ready and happy to answer any questions that you might have. Okay, so without further ado, question number 1. What is water damage restoration? Water damage restoration, or water damage remediation, is the process of restoring a property back to its pre-loss condition after it has suffered from a water emergency like flooding or broken pipes. The water damage restoration process involves a series of steps, including inspection, water extraction, drying, dehumidification, cleaning, and sanitizing. Think of water restoration services as a comprehensive service that tackles everything from minor leaks to major flooding. For example, when your basement floods after a heavy rainstorm or a pipe bursts in the middle of the night, water damage restoration services are what you would look to save that day, to make sure your home is safe and sound once again. Okay, so next question. What is the first thing to do when I have water damage? Well, first and foremost, ensure safety. If the damage is severe, turn off the electricity and avoid using any electrical appliances. Then, try to stop the leak if possible. In some cases, this could mean shutting off the main water line to your house. In others, it might mean placing a tarp over the leak in your roof. In some cases, you can't stop the leak if it's coming from an external source. But document everything as you go for insurance purposes. And by document, I mean take as many pictures as you possibly can of where the leak is coming from and the damages that it has caused. Then reach out to a water damage restoration company. While you're waiting for the team to arrive, and only if it's safe to do so, try to dry up as much of that water as possible using cloths, mops, whatever you name it. Remove all your valuables and materials from the water as well, which should be a no-brainer. And if you have any furniture, place aluminum or wooden blocks or even plastic under the legs of the tables and chairs to avoid further damaging the wooden furniture or the carpets and floors underneath. And if you have any portable fans, turn those on to help move the water and dry up things, and open all your windows to get the air moving out so that you can help dry and dehumidify your space. Okay, next question. How does the water damage restoration process work? The process of water damage restoration typically begins with a thorough inspection and assessment of the affected area. Specialists use advanced tools to detect moisture levels and identify the extent of the damage. This part of the process may also include identifying the water source and understanding the type of water damage. Water damage restoration experts will document the damages to help ensure your home is returned to its pre-loss condition. So, For example, we performed a water damage restoration in Encino several years ago, and it was a washer and dryer had leaked, and it was on the 3rd floor of this home, and they were out on vacation. The leak was stopped by the time we got there, but the water had leaked all the way through the wooden floors on the 3rd floor, the walls through their living room and dining room, damaging the wood floor underneath, and as well as the walls, and going all the way into their basement, damaging their carpet and the walls there as well. Furthermore, as the water travels through the ceiling, also hitting all of those rafters and your insulation and any dust that's in there as well, and it's dragging all of that mess down with you, or down with it rather, into wherever the end spot is. So specialists are able to see all of this and identify the extent of the damage. So what might look like minor damage to you could in fact be quite a bit worse than what was initially inspected. So now we've inspected everything, we've taken pictures, we've documented, we understand what the problems are. Now we start removing the water. Now, if you've already dried things up, fantastic. But in this case, professional companies have specialized equipment with powerful pumps and vacuums to remove any of that standing water and extract any excess water. Following this, there's also things like air scrubbers and dehumidifiers, which are used to further dry out unwanted water and sanitize the air. This is a crucial step to prevent any mold growth. Industrial grade dehumidifiers and air movers are also employed to dry out walls, floors, and other hard to reach areas. Don't be alarmed if the company starts pulling up the carpet or your wood floors or breaks into the walls to ensure that everything is dry. This can sometimes be the only way to make sure there is no mold growth throughout your house and that everything is dried. This process, especially while you're waiting for the dehus and the air movers and the air scrubbers to do their job, can take up to a week to 10 days. And the specialist will come out every other day or every day or so to test every area to detect their moisture levels and make sure that things are in fact drying. If spaces are not drying, that's when they would start breaking into the walls or the floors. So now the water has all dried up, the drying process is complete, so we do another inspection. So again, to identify the extent of the damage. Now, when there's water there, we see how far it's traveled, but even while the water is drying, it continues to travel. So identifying the extent of the damage includes a variety of different elements in this case. So the specialist may examine your carpets and hardwood flooring for any flood damage. Hardwood floors, for example, buckle, and the floor underneath it could be damaged, which would all need to be repaired. And if not properly managed, these areas can easily become hidden pockets of mold growth. They'll also carefully look for hints of structural damage or any damage to the integrity of the house. Everything will be documented, photographed, and provided to your insurance company. Finally, before any repairs are completed, the team will thoroughly clean and sanitize the area to remove any contaminants and harmful substances. Depending on your insurance provider, your coverage may include some repairs. The specialist may be able to work with you through the entire process to restore the home to its original condition. So that was a lot. The next question on your mind might be, when should I call the insurance company? So really, you have two options here. One, you can reach out to the insurance company first yourself, or reach out to the water damage restoration company first. Some insurance companies will give you the choice of whom to work with, while others may assign you a company. Similarly, the restoration company can reach out directly to the insurance company or work as a subcontractor under the homeowner and work through you. Generally, when the company arrives at your home, they'll provide an inspection and a quote. And then with your approval, we'll reach out to the insurance directly and handle all the repairs and details. Then, once all of that's been hashed out, the insurance company may reach back out to you for further details and possibly have an insurance adjuster to come inspect the damages and any repairs that have been made and see the progress of the repairs so that they can appropriately adjust how much the cost might be. So, speaking of cost, how much will the water damage repairs cost? Now, again, I mentioned water damage can manifest in various ways. There are obvious signs like standing water, soaked carpets, buckling wood floors, but there's also more subtle indicators like darkening grout lines for no obvious reasons. Look for water stains on walls and ceilings, peeling paint or wallpaper, warped floors, a musty odor. Again, darkening grout lines that don't seem to be coming clean or seem to be darkening for no reason. Mold growth in particular likes hidden areas like under the sink or behind walls, which is also a very strong sign of water damage. If you notice any of these signs, it's crucial to reach out to a professional water damage restoration service to assess and address these issues as soon as possible. And like I said, just as the signs of all these different water damages can vary wildly, so too can the cost of the water damage. The scope of the damage and the extent of your home's affected areas majorly determine the cost. An estimate is provided to you and your insurance after the inspection has been completed and all the necessary measurements are made. So again, if all that needs to be repaired is a bathroom shower because of a leaky pipe behind the wall, that's going to be an incredibly different cost than a whole home repair because of water damage. Naturally, the next question must be, how much will the insurance cover? And this depends on your insurance. All in all, most insurance companies will cover all of the cost, while the customer only covers the deductible. This is true for areas like Los Angeles. We will work with your insurance company. We, as the water damage restoration company, will work with your insurance company directly for all the costs of repairs. And you should really be aware of everything going on. There should be no unexpected fees, especially as we're working with the insurance company directly. Homeowners' policies usually cover sudden and accidental water intrusions, such as from burst pipes, certain weather-related events, etc. However, what insurance doesn't cover is going to be damage caused from neglect or lack of maintenance. So we recommend reviewing your policy to understand exactly what is and isn't included. In many cases, insurance can help offset the cost of water damage restoration services. However, filing that claim and working with your insurance company is essential to ensure coverage. So again, this is why we document, this is why we inspect, to make sure that your insurance company understands that we have done everything that needs to be done and we've done it the right way so that you can get the most help and coverage from your insurance agency. And the next question, is it really necessary to hire water damage restoration professionals? Yes, we highly recommend hiring a professional for water damage restoration. I mean, if it's not blatantly obvious, there's a lot of steps that go into working with the insurance company. And while you may be able to handle minor water damage emergencies on your own, professionals generally have the expertise and equipment necessary to thoroughly address the various effects of water damage. This includes, like I said, identifying and treating any damaged or affected portions of your home to prevent further issues like mold growth or structural damage. Additionally, water damage restoration specialists can identify hidden moisture that homeowners might miss and provide a comprehensive restoration plan. Attempting to handle significant water damage on your own can lead to incomplete drying and future problems, which in turn can ultimately end up costing more in repairs and causing health risks. So again, if the water is coming from your ceiling, it's probably hit your insulation. So the water that's now landing on your couch is contaminated. And those kinds of things, yes, maybe you have a wet vac to handle it, but do you have the appropriate disinfection tools to ensure that your kids aren't sitting on an infected couch? These are the reasons why you would go with a professional. And the last question that I have here is, some may say it's kind of a no-brainer, but for completion's sake, I want to make sure we touch upon this too. Can I get a different contractor than my insurance recommended? Absolutely. Many insurance companies have a list of vendors that they work with, so you can choose from any various ones. Some home insurance companies may actually assign you a contractor, but you still have the autonomy to choose at your discretion. In fact, many contractors also vary the amount of work that they're able to complete. So if you want to work with your insurance company, you might want to check those kinds of things as well. So, for example, many water remediation specialists can help with water damage mitigation, but not all are capable of remodeling and rebuilding. So, for example, JP Carpet Cleaning Expert Floor Care is a flooring contractor and therefore is able to assist with installing new floors and handling the rebuilding of things like showers and bathrooms in the event of water damage, which not all companies are capable of doing. So we would be able to handle all the details and ensure the job is completed to your satisfaction while also working through your insurance. So, as I said, these are just some of the most commonly asked questions about water damage restoration services. If you have any further questions, please feel free to reach out. I'm more than happy to answer them and provide any advice that you possibly could need. And we want to make sure that you are getting all the information you need. So, your floors and your home deserves the best, and so do you. So that's all I have for today. If you loved this episode and you want to hear more, please let me know. Absolutely happy to answer more questions. And don't forget to tune in next week for more expert advice from JP Carpet Cleaning Expert Floor Care. I'm Layla, wishing you a sparkling clean home. Until next time, keep shining